set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa Bay, baby. 813 going crazy. Tampa, boy. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. And we in Tampa Bay, baby. Tell them where you from. 813 going crazy. Yeah. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters.
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Victory Monday, September 8th, 2025, and you are watching the Loose Cannons podcast. You know, on Victory Monday, we wear the victory shades. Those of you who are new, get used to it. We don't stop this shit. We've been doing it for too fucking long. So I recommend having your shades kind of ready every Monday, evening, because you're probably going to be wearing them a lot this season. As always, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and don't forget, you can now listen and watch every one of our episodes, past, present, maybe future one day, on loosecannonslive.com. And also, we have an amazing voicemail button on there now where you can click it, you can leave us a voicemail, it goes directly to Stank's toilet email, and he can listen while taking a dump and think about your thoughts. So to make sure you let him know how you feel about anything, not just Bucs related, literally anything. Latte, it is the first Victory Monday of the NFL season for the Bucs and for Bucs Nation, and the Bucs went into Atlanta and got a fucking beautiful win, because what do we say on this show, Latte? A win is a win is a win is a win is a win.
I'll give you another one. Little Arians phrase. The best formation is what, Sammer?
Victory formation.
Victory formation, sir.
Yeah. With all that went down yesterday, what formation did we end that game in?
Victory formation, sir.
Maybe,
Victory formation. And I want to hear it. You know, these Falcons fans DMing me and in the comments, oh, young Hoku. You know what? Our fucking kicker missed 2 field goals too, right? It's not even a conversation. Sammer, we're not having the conversation. You know what I mean?
No. Listen, before we dive into all of that, and everything that kind of went into how that game unraveled. By the way, intern Izzy is on the intern in the intern closet tonight. Intern Izzy, say hello.
What's up?
So wait a minute. Wait.
That's all you get to say.
Why we have Izzy? Are we like down some people? Are we doing the offensive line shuffle? We have some injuries. What's going on?
Well, listen. Sometimes you gotta play fair. I gotta let each one of my kids have a chance on here. I'm not too proud of my current child who's on the show tonight, but it's okay. We'll get him up to speed. All right.
We're gonna get him there. Iron sharpens iron, bro. We're gonna get him there. I love you, Izzy. We're gonna get you there, bro.
We'll get him there. And then Latte, you kind of alluded to the first topic. The Bucs shook up the offensive line in a surprise that they've been keeping under wraps since Labor Day. Okay. Though right after the third preseason game, these guys were in the building working on what was supposed to be the emergency lineup, working on it to make it the starting lineup, a surprise for the Atlanta Falcons, who are coming in, licking their chops, thinking we're going against heck. We're going to have a chance to attack one side of that line. All of a sudden, oh, by the way, here's an absolute stud, okay, an absolute dog in Graham Barton, just casually playing left tackle again, where he was fucking damn good in college at Duke. Then you got Bredesen moving over to play center, which he played with the New York Giants, so he had experience there. And of course, if you're going to sign a guy named Michael Jordan and bring him up off the practice squad, you got to play him at guard, right, Latte? So it only made sense. And that was the left side of the line. Oh, Cody Mock, of course, at right guard, and of course, Luke Gedeke, newly minted, of course, on the right side at right tackle. And it was a surprise. How shocked were you to see that when we turn on the game or we're watching on Twitter, you saw like all of a sudden they're warming up.
Well, no. I was shocked when I got the fucking text, right? Like I'm you guys know I'm a big meat guy, right? So I'm like tenderizing meat, I'm seasoning the meat, I'm getting my meat ready for the grill, and then I just get a text message to our group, from somebody, connected. Let's just say that, Sammer, and I'm like, fuck is this? And then when I click on the video, I'm like, the fuck is Graham Barton doing a left tackle? What the hell's going on here? I was full blown shocked. I was not expecting the offensive line shuffle, but you know what? Check. It worked. It worked, bro. It worked beautifully.
I've always been a proponent. Get your best 5 on the field, right? If you have to shuffle, get your best 5 out there. I was even saying last year that maybe we should put
saying that
Graham Barton at guard for a year before he moved him at center. And you know what? It worked out the way they did it. I appreciate it. But I was also saying this past preseason. Hey, why? I wouldn't be surprised if Graham Barton's left tackle. We didn't see him in preseason, so I kind of let it go and drift off. But man, Latte, that had to be. I don't want to say anything really disrespectful here, but they must have seen enough out of Heck to know that can't possibly be what we go in with. And like you said, man, it really wasn't terrible. You could tell that they hadn't ever worked together, game experience, the offensive line, the dancing bears analogy you like to use all the time. They hadn't gelled together, so they had their moments. And even Graham Barton had a few, I'd say 3 bad plays. One was a penalty. But other than that, he did a pretty damn good job against James Pierce Jr., Javon Walker, and I believe there's one other, an actual big name edge rusher that they were going up against, and he did a pretty damn good job. Pretty damn good job. Of course, the entire line, in my opinion, did a decent job. Not A+, but they got the job done in week 1.
Bro, above average performance, honestly. And I think Todd put it best today. He said, this was our emergency situation. We told Graham, in case of an emergency, we're going to, get you some reps there during practice in case of an emergency. And then he looked so good out there. He said that he was like, well, let's see it again. And then it got to a point where it was like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like Todd was literally talking about, talking with the offensive line coach and Grizz. And it's like, are you guys? Yeah, he looks pretty damn good. And it's always like, I had to be the bad guy. AKA, this is what happened, Sammer. They saw Heck against the Bills and they were like, fuck that. We're not rolling into that in the Mercedes Dome week 1. Not happening. And they broke the glass, fired up the emergency, offensive line alignment, and it fucking worked. It really worked. I'm not so worried about the 3 bad plays, dude. In the grand scheme of things, fuck, dude. The guy kicked out from center to left tackle. Like, that's insane.
Yeah,
let's just say big Graham guy here. Big Graham guy.
Yeah, the thing is, what are you going to expect? It's week 1, and I said this in a tweet, I think, after the game. Like, these 5 guys haven't played an actual game together, so they're not going to be perfect. The run game struggled, in my opinion. I don't know how much Grizz was even able to call in terms of creative run plays and schemes. He had one, I think, snap where he had Graham Barton leading the way on a pull, but it wasn't as creative as I think they may have wanted to have been if, say, Tristan Wirfs is out there, right? And then you got your guy, athletic center, Graham Barton in the middle there. Then you got guys that can pull left and right, and everyone's kind of, on the same page. They know where they're supposed to be moving. But for all things considered, week 1, you knew the Falcons were coming in with a game plan of attacking that side. And it seemed to have stymied their approach because they all of a sudden were like, oh, what are we supposed? They didn't know it was coming. The Bucs kept it under wraps. Tactical advantage to Jason Light and the boys. When was the last time you saw a team do something like that where it's just like a secret? The only thing I could possibly compare this to is the Chargers the other night on
I was just about to say that
on Friday night when everyone's like they're gonna run the ball, They threw the ball 8 billion times in the first half, right? So
you thought so.
That's some next level type. You weren't thinking, like, we weren't even thinking that. We covered the fucking team, so it was good to see. There were some ups and downs to it, but I like the best 5 approach, Latte.
Listen, you talked about it. Me and you actually argued about it. We debated about it. And you were like, just get the best 5 out there. And if that means we got to put Hainsey at center and put Graham at guard, get the 5 best players out there. They didn't do that, but they did that this week. They literally put the best 5 out there. It made perfect sense. It worked. We're not going to go into Thursday's show, but now there's film out there, right? Now it gets interesting, Sammer, right? You're not catching anybody by surprise with it. Now, same thing with the Chargers. We're not fucking Chargers podcast or whatever, but it's no longer a surprise. The element of surprise is gone. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. But like I said, check the box. Great performance. They got the job done. And I agree the running game was a little iffy, but it got going in the second half a little bit. Got going a little bit, nothing crazy. And I think the offense kind of settled down too a little bit and got going.
I mean, the running scheme is kind of predicated on the five guys working together and passing guys along. A lot of these pulling, motion type actions out of the offensive line. You can't expect too much of that with these guys. The other thing too that people really don't talk about is the Bucs didn't really have film to go off of as it relates to the defensive coordinator and the Falcons. This guy he was signed in the offseason as the new defensive coordinator for the team. He was the Jets defensive coordinator. So they weren't really watching Falcon tape to get ready. They were kind of watching last year's Jets tape when he was calling it for the Jets, when he was the head coach and the defensive coordinator before that, before Saleh finally got fired. And so then you got to mix that in with a little bit what Raheem Morris was doing, thinking, because he's the defensive-minded coach, maybe there's some influence there. So they really didn't know what they were going to get their hands into, right? So couple that with that, going in there and not knowing how you're going to play with these four guys in a different alignment between the five of them. I mean, like I said, all things considered, I'm not unhappy with it. It was surprising. I think Baker kind of felt it, though, a little bit in the beginning. He was a little jittery, a little excited. He does that thing where he kind of doesn't understand what he's looking at, but we'll talk about this later on and maybe the next topic or two. I don't think it was so much the offensive line that was a problem on offense, but other than that, man, offensive line, I'm with you, man. B+ in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm with you. I don't think, there's not much more to hash there, honestly. The right side looked great. Gadecki did his thing. Mock did his thing. Let's not, forget to give them their flowers. And the left side being completely shook up. I mean, they job not finished, but they got the job done.
I mean, I didn't hear James Pierce Jr.'s name. I didn't hear Jalen Walker's name. And those were the guys that were supposed to be, right? So
WOW. Somebody just called you soft because the shades are off already. Wow.
I'm taking off for production quality, boys, because when they're reflecting off of here, it's messing up the light, and I can't have that. But anyway, it's Victory Monday. I'll put them back on. Don't worry. Speaking about getting the job done, okay, we might disagree on some of this, but the defense started out pretty damn slow. Servassier, bad angle on that one-on-one versus Bijan Robinson, and ultimately, I think the defense kind of showed their hand too early before the snap. It was obvious where the ball should go. He takes a bad angle. Not many linebackers are going to win that matchup one-on-one with Bijan Robinson. You're a huge guy. You're a huge Bijan guy. Latte, I'm sure you agree. But other than that little hiccup there in that first drive where they gave up a touchdown, I think they did a pretty damn good job for a week one.
I think they did fine, dude. Everybody's overreacting a little bit with Servassier. I think, hot take, Dean did not play fucking bad. They went to him four straight times in the end zone. Love it or hate it, they didn't get a touchdown. Going to him 4 straight times. The Bijan play was the Bijan play. It is what it is, dude. The old saying, I know it's fucking cliche, but both sides of the ball get paid. I love Servassier Dennis, but one-on-one in the open field with Bijan, that's a tall ask, bro. That's a tall ask.
Of any linebacker.
Of any linebacker, dude. So it is what it is. I suspect you're probably, they're going to go to the tape, right? Right? We analyze tape. And they're probably going to go more, a little more zone. Servassier is a lot better in zone. If you remember last year, he had a horrible preseason game, and then he bounced back the next week. I think he's going to be fine. Everybody was literally frothing at the mouth. Oh my God, I wish we had Servassier last year when he got hurt. He's going to be fine.
And he didn't play in almost a year. He's been no football in over a year. I mean, at some point, you just got to take a fucking deep breath. And you know what? Aside from the bad plays he had, he also had a shit ton of good plays. He was in the backfield multiple times. He played the run phenomenally well. I mean, he was a big part of the fact that we stopped that team for, I think, 60 yards rushing between Algier and Bijan Robinson.
And he made plays when it mattered.
Yeah.
Down the stretch, he made some plays. And as far as overall, body of work, Sammer, your players have to make plays when it matters most, right? Big players make big plays in big games. Vita, huge fourth down stop. Fucking Antoine Winfield, dude. He has to live rent free in Falcon fans
he makes
head, right?
such timely plays, man.
Against the Falcons, though, bro. It's
Always.
Falcons.
I love it, man.
It's insane, bro. Like Antoine strikes again. I mean,
but but even to your point, Latte, Jamel Dean, okay, he and McCollum held Drake pretty. I mean, they held him in check, man. I mean,
he had 15 targets, bro.
Yeah,
and 15 targets.
I mean, it wasn't just against McCollum, so we got to give credit where credit is due. And speaking of Jamel Dean, right before the show starts here, word comes out that he and the Bucs agreed to a pay cut in exchange for him becoming a free agent at the end of this season, which just means, hey, you have no guaranteed money left. It doesn't look like you're going to be here. We've drafted certain, the honest conversations have happened. It's all good. I don't think there's any ill feelings there. It feels like it's already been kind of, writing on the wall at this point. That is news we do have to mention, but I'm with you, Latte. I don't think he played a terrible game. He had some moments, but even that penalty in the end zone they called, I don't think that was a penalty. I really if anything, it would have been on Dennis, not Jamel. But I
think they missed it. I think it was on Dennis and they got the wrong number.
Maybe.
I also, Sammer, don't want to exit this subject line without saying Hassan. A lot of people were blah 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 blah. He had 7 pressures, and guess what? Unlike he got a sack when it mattered on 3rd down. His sack came on 3rd down. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Latte. I mean, here's the thing though. I don't know who posted it. I have it in front of me, a screenshot here. He had a team high 7 quarterback pressures on 22.6% pressure rate. 7 pressures, tied for the 5th most in week 1 across the NFL, okay? For people who want to say Hassan Reddick played a bad game. And 22.6% pressure rate was the 2nd highest by any defender with 30-plus pass rush snaps. I mean, what did you guys... Do you want like a 5-sack week 1? I mean,
that's what people are expecting, yeah. That's what they're expecting. Yeah.
I thought he did. I thought he did his job. I think if anything, I could criticize maybe Todd Bowles for getting a bit cute at times. When he rushed 4, they seemed pretty damn good. When he started,
there it is, Sammer. I wanted to say that. Go ahead. Sorry.
And then when they started doing those stunts, although Reddick did get through a handful of times on those, it's a longer route to the quarterback. And when you got a guy like Penix who wants to go down the field, you don't want to give him a longer time for a longer developing play. You want to just let your guys go. And I thought they played better when they just rushed 4. And what were they doing behind that 4-man rush, by the way? They were playing tight man coverage. A lot of cover 1 back there. Tyke Smith had a lot of tackles, not because they were running into the secondary. He was at the line of scrimmage. A lot of Antoine back there patrolling from sideline to sideline. To talk about your play, Latte, I mean, for him to make that play, you are the only guy back there. You have to time that perfectly. And you have to play it perfectly.
It's not just the timing of it perfectly. That's not human, bro. He wasn't in the fucking frame. He wasn't in the frame. We all thought the same shit. We could all have victory shades here, all this, right, Sammer? But when that ball went up, it was like, oh shit. Somebody busted the coverage. We're about to lose this game over a busted coverage. I'm gonna have to hear Todd say communication. And out of fucking nowhere, a blur. Special dude, bro. Good
Here's
to
the
see him
thing.
help. Good to see him back.
I almost wanted him to let him catch it because they probably run out of time because they're so far down the field from him. They would have really had to run up and spike it to possibly have a couple of seconds left when that play happened. So, but again, man, just a healthy Antoine is going sideline to sideline like that, or maybe, middle field to sideline. Nice. But I don't know who it was. Somebody on Twitter said something like he got burnt. Dude, what? That wasn't him getting burnt. That's literally what they teach you to do. Get there when the ball gets there, and then play the hands and arms of the receiver, and the ball's coming out. I mean, if he went in there and just smacked the guy, probably get one of those defenseless wide receiver penalties, something stupid like that. But he's fucking savvy, dude. His football IQ was on full display on that play. The timing, getting there on time, reading it as the ball's going up there, and then playing his arms like a fucking pro, dude. Unbelievable, man. That was saved the game. You could say that play saved the game, but we had other moments, in my opinion, where we had that. But yeah, I'm with you, Latte. People were shit. Other than we'll talk about the 8-minute, 46-second drive in the fourth quarter. Partially the defense's fault. I give that. But that was, other than that second half, moment there, they played fucking pretty well, honestly.
They did. I'm also tired of this bullshit with the refs, dude. Like, I get we won the game, whatever, but it's like, what is Vita Vea supposed to do?
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that drive was, assisted, abated, whatever you want to say, by two major personal fouls. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
The other thing,
NFL, what are we doing?
If you're a quarterback, you could just put your head down and get that call every time. But then on our game-winning drive, the guy rushes through, he gets blocked, and then Baker steps up, gets rid of the ball, and after that happens, dude comes down, 2 hands on the back of Baker's helmet. No call. No call. I mean, I think they made up for it later on, the very next play, when he was running out of bounds. But come on, dude. Like, if you're coming in to play the ball, you got your hands up. Like, what are you supposed to do as a defender? If your arm comes down, any quarterback could just put their head right up in there and get that call most of the time. I mean, I hate that shit. Especially, did you see what Myles Garrett did to Burrow
God,
yesterday? Joe Burrow.
Oh my God,
that wasn't roughing though.
That was insane.
And that wasn't roughing. And that wasn't roughing.
Bro, I'm convinced he did not get hit. That Garrett is not human. That was a vehicle. It looked like he was crossing a crosswalk and somebody ate a red light and just, it was insane. Insane.
Yeah, man. It just, but other than those, those moments, I like the way the defensive line played for the most part. Kancey didn't have a great game, it felt like. Vita seemed pretty fucking unstoppable. I mean, and that's coming off the foot injury, which I guess doesn't really matter with this fucking guy.
He's not human. Yaya had a fucking sack, dude, if not for a fucking penalty that got called. But he had a sack. Yaya popped. They did, double Hassan at times. That was fine, dude. It's fine. These guys haven't played a lot. Some rust they got to kick off. It's fine. Yeah,
the missed tackles, I expect that kind of stuff to get cleaned up. Even see Levante miss a tackle here and there. Like Tyke, guys that don't miss tackles. But how about Zion McCollum having a chance to he got his hands on balls, but he didn't secure the ball. You got to secure the balls and you get a chance to get your hands on them, right? I mean, that's...
You got to squeeze the balls, bro. You can't just like loose balls. Like what? No.
Yeah, you got to squeeze them. Up. But Jacob Parrish made a fucking play or two as well. He looked...
He was like this close too. He went for the breakup on the what's my boy's name that he's from Tampa? He used to cut his hair. Fuck.
I didn't like that. I was thinking, man, I think he'll watch that tape and he'll learn. Sometimes you can't go get the tackle, kid.
That happened to Zion last year. Funny enough, oddly enough, against Atlanta. Remember?
Almost the same play. Almost the same play. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, other than, those up and down moments, I really think the defense just together played up and down. And I fully expect Dennis to have a good season. I mean, the overreaction to him is probably the one thing that was shocking to see, considering who we had at linebacker last year, shuffling in and out, right? It was just, calm down. It's one fucking game, and he made plays. He'll get better.
The overreaction to the Bucs winning the fucking game is gross. Like, I don't know when Bucs Nation became like Patriots fucking fans of the 2000s.
Spoiled.
This entitlement. Like, we had fucking a decade without playoffs, man. And we just want a fucking street fight with a division rival who, for some reason, people were saying we're supposed to blow them out. They swept us fucking twice. And we win a fucking game, and people are complaining. I don't understand. Sammer, help me, because I don't understand.
I don't want to understand it. I don't get it. Dude, it was the first drive. No kidding, okay? Bijan scores, and everything on my timeline is about putting on paper bags and firing Todd Bowles.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, we're fucking what? 5 fucking minutes into the season? We're firing guys now?
Whole season.
What? What? And I think Josh Q of Pewter Report posted this earlier this morning.
Shout out.
That the blitz rate and then the 4-man rush rate from last year to this year significantly different. Bowles definitely trusted the 4-man rush more at least in one game sample size than he did all of last year, and it showed. And I think it's going to continue that way, and he's going to continue to just force these guys to play man coverage and get tight, sticky coverage because he's got the guys to do it. Even Jamel Dean is better at press man than he is at anything else. I think that's the recipe, and I think he has the guys up front to finally do it. Reddick is only going to get better. And he was, in my opinion, he was pretty fucking good yesterday. I mean, him and Yaya are starting to kind of, once they get on the same page, the two of those guys, and Cansey.
Oh my God.
Cansey, like I said, I don't think he played a very good game for whatever reason. I don't know if he was getting the majority of the attention or if he was just I don't know what it was, but it felt like he didn't play a good game. And he had a chance there to stop Penix for which was just fucking athletic, lucky play at that point, right? But they're only going to get better as a 4-man unit, right?
He made a play. But hey, before you move on to the next topic, because I know you're going to, there's 142 people watching us. These beautiful faces. Look at these beards. Look at these faded beards. Look at these lines. There's 142 of you watching in here. Like, can y'all hit the like button? How do we have 37 likes? Can y'all subscribe? I mean, I'm doing this on a Monday night. You know what I mean? I could be watching football, but I'm doing this because I love it. I'm doing it for you, Sam and I. So how about a like?
Also, by the way, the gray in your beard and the gray in my beard were not here before that game yesterday.
They were not. Look at this shit.
Yeah, damn. I mean, yeah. But you know what?
It's okay. Charge of the game, bro. Next subject.
Let's do it. Speaking of starting slow, Baker and the offense kind of started out slow, right? They also started slow for a lot of the things we kind of mentioned earlier. But when it mattered most, which is the one thing I absolutely love about Baker Mayfield, he clutches up, man. When you need that play from that motherfucker, he puts you on his back. No matter how badly he plays. He finds those moments and he knows when to just dial it. Like he just in when it matters, man. And he was in there. Game-winning drive. That throw to Emeka was absolutely elite. Okay, let's talk about that throw. But let's also talk about a rookie wide receiver. When I watched all 22, that dude slowed down to make sure the route matched the timing of the throw. I mean, that's like 10-year veteran type shit, Latte.
I mean, I don't know why we're surprised. That's all we heard all offseason, all through training camp. Baker said it. Mike said it. Todd said it. Jason said it. Everybody in the front, everybody in the coaching staff, everyone up and down that could say anything, even unsolicited, was saying, this guy's a fucking pro. This guy's a pro's pro. This guy's insane. And I'm here to tell you, he is. It's insane. The route running, the pass over the middle that was a little behind him, all hands. I mean, that was stupid, bro. The guy looked good. He's only going to get better.
The offense, I mean, even when the offense was struggling for the most part of that game, I'd say about 2.5 quarters, really, they had that jump start with the punt return. But he still seemed to be, like, no knock on Mike. And I'm not saying this to be offensive at all, Mike, but Emeka was the consistent part of all of it. His route running, everything was crisp. He was where he's supposed to be. I mean, but to the offensive, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, I don't think there's any disrespect to Mike. I think the game-winning touchdown doesn't happen without Mike.
100%.
To be 100 with you, I think Josh Q, shout out again, and others did a breakdown on it. Shout out to Grizz, because in the beginning, I'll be honest with you, Sammer, I thought Dime Piece Dave was fucking radioing the plays. It looked a lot like Dime Piece. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Running on first down, this shit's predictable. But beautiful. Shout out to perfection, because he dialed up that play a couple times. And he noticed that Jesse Bates was biting on Mike on the in route. And he's like, we're going to bang him over the top at some point here. And that's exactly what happened. If you notice on the game-winning touchdown, Mike runs the in and fucking Baker just does a little slight shoulder. If you notice, it's almost like he looks hesitant. No, that was by design. He pumps almost and then throws it right over the top. And Bates is, thank you. Appreciate it.
Go back to the first touchdown. Mike is one-on-one coverage. And then when the snap happens, I go, Mike's one-on-one. Just throw it up. And it looked like he was going to, but Mike takes everybody out the window.
Everybody, bro.
And Emeka is just rolling down there, right? And I think that play reminded me a little bit of a play we had, I think, against Detroit with Chris Godwin. Maybe
on the left sideline.
Yeah.
So, that was last year, yeah.
But but aside from those very spare moments in the first half, the offense was sputtering, and I think some of it was Grizz being a new play caller, Grizz adapting to maybe trying to understand what these front five guys can and can't do yet. How are they responding to the defensive line? What is that defensive coordinator trying to accomplish against us and they were blitzing a lot, man. They were putting up a decent fucking fight against us. But when I watched back, man, the weirdest thing I think, and it's something you would expect in week one, the routes look muddy. They were making their breaks. Usually you expect your breaks to be 5, 8, 10, 20, 25, right? We were making breaks at 7. 11, 23 yards on one. I mean, Cade Otton made a break on at 23
What
yards.
the fuck was that, dude?
Like that doesn't happen, right? And then that throw to Cade, it's either on Baker or Cade or both, but he threw the ball.
Baker was pointing himself.
Of course he's going to say it's on him.
But I'm like, I don't
know. But Latte,
bro.
he threw it before the break. So, like, why are you running the out route or whatever he was running when there's nobody, when it's a busted coverage? In high school, they teach you just run straight, go down the fucking sideline because that's a touchdown. And the quarterback's just going to throw it up. And Baker let go of the ball before the break. And so it's just timing. Everything seemed off timing-wise. So while I did say I think Baker looked rusty, I think the offense looked rusty from a timing standpoint. And other than really, Emeka ran his routes precise, dude. But everybody else got up and down.
He was money, dude. He was money.
Beyond
and
his run game, too, struggled.
Beyond his years, it struggled. I think that'll be fine, too. When we get worse back and we get our starting unit back, we'll be fine. King Cook asked an interesting question, Sammer, that I would love to hear from you, and then we can move on to the next topic because we want to watch Monday Night Football, bitches. King Cook says, so who gets Stingley next week, Sammer? I know my answer. I don't know if you want me to go first. Who gets Stingley? 13 or 2 next week?
Go ahead.
It's fucking Mike, guys. Like, I respect the fuck out of Emeka. I really do. He's going to be great. He's our future. But the reason Emeka was open for that game winner was because of 13. Sammer just talked about Detroit. Like, everyone go ahead. Put Stingley on Emeka. I'd love it. Sammer.
Mike Evans is always going to be the guy that they're going to game plan for. They're going to bracket him. They're going to roll covers that way, no matter what. I mean, he's longer in the tooth now. But it's going to take more than one game for Emeka to get everybody's genuine respect out there. Chris Godwin did it for how many years? And Chris Godwin still wasn't the one getting the coverage, okay? And so don't even, like, I love Emeka. He's not Chris Godwin yet, but he's going to be fucking special, okay? But it's 1 week. It's 1 week. It is not happening. It's just not going to happen. And that's why I said, with Chris Godwin out, I absolutely expected Emeka to pick up right where Chris left off because Chris was just feeding on the fact that nobody was paying attention to him because of Mike. Like, it's such a cheat code to have a guy like that. There's not many offenses that have guys like where you have to choose, literally pick your poison, and they're going to kill you. I mean, it's very rare, but Emeka, I mean, other than the passing game, Latte, I think the run game was disappointing from a play calling standpoint, but he did adjust. So again, we got to take some learning. I mean, Liam wasn't beautiful day one. Okay.
No, it took time. And listen, and there were some good call-ups that they had. I mean, Rashad scores a fucking touchdown on that screen. That was a beautiful play call, dude. Shoelace fucking tackle. Beautiful call. And by the way, I don't know if that's the next subject, but damn it, Sammer, I can't help but think about it, dude. You mentioned Godwin. Like, when this team gets Godwin back, even if he's not 100%, even if he's fucking Ike Hilliard, bro, just first down machine. Just find the soft spot. You got a lot of experience in the zone. Sit down, move the chains. When you get Chris Godwin back and you get McMillan back, what the fuck, bro? Good luck. Good luck.
I mean, at that point, you're going to accidentally get first downs. And you know what? Let's give a shout out to Sterling Shepard, who I thought last year came in not in football shape, a little immature at times, even though he's the Grizzly vet in that room next to Mike and Chris. But he stepped up yesterday, man. He had some clutch catches down the field. He had some clutch first down on third downs. And, you know, all the guys had their moments. But, again, it just felt inconsistent. But when it mattered, Baker willed that team. And he willed that offense, whether it was in spite of Grizz or not. Or, you know, it just, sometimes you got to have those, right, Latte? It's not always going to be pretty. You need these. I mean, the fucking Chiefs rode that type of shit to a fucking Super Bowl appearance last year, okay? I mean, you need it.
How many times did Tom do that? Like,
constant.
Play like shit, and then just when it mattered, have a game-winning drive, nut the fuck up. Let's make this fucking play. Let's get down the field and win this game. It is what it is. A W is a W. They don't come easy in the NFL. They don't. Period. Blank period.
I mean, if you're going to tell me that the only consistent thing or the only constant in a season is you clutching up when it matters, I'll take that all fucking day. I'll take that over 35 points a game all day, because that means when I need it most, I'm going to at least get it. That's all that matters.
I literally had this talk with Pelagic yesterday. I swear to God, after the game, Sammer. Like, would you rather have a guy that goes like fucking, 28 or 32, 250 yards, but when it matters, crumbles?
We've had that.
Or the guy that has a fucking snake, two big ass basketballs and like, yeah, I won 17-32, but when it fucking mattered, I put a dagger through their fucking heart with a stupid rope, a dot. That was a dot, by the way. The route was great. The concept was great. All that was, but we're not talking about the throw. The throw was fucking ridiculous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dot.
I mean,
woo!
That throw and the touchdown, the first touchdown he threw to Emeka was
another dot.
He has that ability to just kind of elevate even while he's having a bad day. Whether that day was all on him or not, he's never going to tell us otherwise. He's just, because that's the kind of guy he is. So I think people were talking shit about him on timeline too yesterday, dude. This is crazy. I mean,
what?
Be happy with what we fucking have right now. I mean,
what?
Like, there's a ton of teams out there who would love to have this version of Baker Mayfield. Absolutely.
Hey, Sammy, you want to go back to fucking Luke McCown?
No, please. Huh? No, please. No.
What the fuck are people talking about?
Please, no.
I'm confused. Like,
I never. I mean, what are we talking about? Mike Glennon years again? I mean, stop. Please. I never want to see anything like that again. And I think we already kind of touched on this, but I guess we give him a few more flowers.
We did get a super chat if Izzy wants to read it. Do your fucking job, Izzy. This is where we make you better, bro.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, I was waiting on y'all to finish up your topic and whatnot. I want to give y'all respect. Actually, we had two things. Mudfish Matt giving up 5 subscriptions, and also All Pro Bucks 45 with a $2 super chat. I think you talked on this already, but thoughts on Jamel Dean's play?
I thought he played okay.
I thought he played fine, honestly. I really did. And somebody else in the chat said Benjamin Morrison to the rescue. So let me get this straight, Sammer. It's incredibly fucking hard to play corner in the NFL, right? Arguably, some coaches say one of the most athletic positions in the game, right? You're doing everything receivers are doing, but fucking backwards, right?
Mm-hmm. And you don't know which way you're going because they do.
So check, right? What's Dean's knock? Oh, he can't catch interceptions and he gets hurt a lot. So you want to replace him with a guy that has zero experience in the NFL. Barely got a camp, got no preseason, right? I love him and I love his upside. Don't get me wrong. But 0 snaps in preseason, barely got a camp, missed the entire season last year, and already is fucking injured. So we're knocking Dean for being injured, but this that's your grand plan.
I said this when we drafted him. The worst case scenario would still be the best case scenario with Jamel Dean. You'd have a backup corner who can come in with Super Bowl experience and a ton of actual live bullet experience. Whether you hate him or love him, whether you think PFF is full of shit or you don't think it does not matter. But having a guy like Jamel Dean as a backup, as the worst case scenario, think about the guys we were trotting out there last year. He's better than any one of those options. Jay Hayes or Joe Hayes, whatever the fuck his name was. I mean, Funderburg. As bad as Jamel Dean is, he's nowhere near the conversation of those types of guys. So again, worst case scenario would be Benjamin Morrison taking the job from Jamel Dean, and you have a Jamel Dean as a backup. Because let me tell you guys right now, none of these corners are going to stay healthy the entire year. It just won't happen. None of them have proven it. None of them. And so, I mean, maybe Jacob Parrish, but he's a dog. He slid out to outside corner for a few snaps yesterday. Amazing, by the way. A rookie who just slid out there, no problem, wasn't exposed. So enough with the Jamel Dean shit. Let it play out. He's not getting traded. There's no reason to do that while we have this little window. We lose him to free agency and we get nothing out of it. I think the Bucs are more than okay with that. Sometimes players just run their course, and that's how it works out. Latte, Emeka, we gave him a ton of flowers.
He's fucking incredible. Let's just move on. There's not much to talk about
Can't
there.
say much more.
How much more hot air can I give? He is fucking incredible. Route runner, pros pro, ready. What else, dude? Literally, we talked about it when they drafted him, Sammer. It looked like fucking Godwin out there. It was eerie. It was eerie, bro. Even the fucking little rush play that he had, I was like, what the? I'm waiting for the bubble screens. He's a dog, bro.
I mean, it's crazy that we were somehow allowed to draft a guy who I think at some point is going to have Justin Jefferson type of productivity. Okay. They just let us draft that guy. Just let us have him. Just let us have him. Yeah,
Here you go.
Idiots. And the final topic for tonight, Latte. Who is your most impressive
fuck
in week 1?
Sever, you can't put those back to back, man, because it's
it's tough. There's other guys that you could give this to, in my opinion.
You go first then.
All right, most impressive, honestly, for me in week 1.
I know where you're going.
Oh, you know where I'm going, man.
I think I know where you're going because I'm in your fucking head. I know where you're going. You want me to go first then? Maybe I'll take your accident.
My most impressive, Graham Barton.
God damn it. That's what I was going to say.
Just the ability to do what he did is it's no short, like
it's
they uncoached left tackle out of him for an entire year last year. Okay. And they're like, you're a center now, going back to your roots. You are a center. Forget all that other shit. Don't worry about the footwork. You got to relearn the whole world. And then they're like, oh, by the way, you got 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. We need you to learn left tackle again. And then to go out there and not be an absolute failure, which even if he was, you could be like, I could fucking understand it. But he wasn't. Okay? He wasn't. So that, I think people don't realize the athletic feat that it takes to do what he did yesterday. Caleb Benenoch, former offensive lineman for the Bucs, I think the Titans and also the Patriots, he called me right after the game. He's like, I don't think people understand what your boy just did. I go,
that's insane.
I know. People don't get it. They were more worried thinking, oh, I can't believe we shuffled the O-line last minute. It wasn't last minute. But yeah, most impressive for me, Graham Barton. And honestly, if I had a 1B, Hassan Reddick. I liked what he did. I really did. I liked it. And I like what Todd Bowles did on the defensive side. He changed some things, and shout out to the guy up top who gives him the when to call timeouts and the analytics guy that they have now on the staff. Shout out to that dude, because we were calling timeouts before the 2-minute warning at the end of the game, Latte. And guess what? It fucking mattered because we needed those. We needed the time to end up making that comeback.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. It's my turn, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with shout out to Ren, by the way, because I was thinking this. I know it's an individual award, but I'm going to go unit. I want to give the right side their flowers because Malk and Gadecki, newly minted, paid, cheap, but it's paid. Right side of the line did their thing. And sometimes people take that for granted. They did their thing. But I'm going to go center left. Bredesen playing center and making the line calls. Michael fucking Jordan playing guard. I mean, it's poetic. It's poetic. I mean, and then obviously fucking Graham Barton, right? Like, holy shit. That's why you draft a guy like that. That's why he was drafted. The RAS score, right? The athletic ability, the ability to play different positions. He's a fucking Swiss Army knife.
The IQ.
Just fucking phenomenal. And you gave one on defense. I'm going to say Ant-Man. He saved the game. I mean, him and making incredible fucking athletic, stupid plays that don't make sense against the Falcons. It's as American as fucking apple pie. It just fits. It just makes fucking sense, right? It fits like 28-3 with the Falcons.
Yeah.
Every time with the Falcons, Antoine's going to make a fucking play. That doesn't make sense.
To that point too, Latte, I don't think people understand just how important your safety is in the end zone when you're in the red zone. They had 8 plays inside the 5-yard line, I believe, against us. And your safety back there is basically like a second guy with a second Levante in terms of operating, putting people in the right spots in traffic, because it's tight, it's condensed, a lot of confusion can go down. And, they didn't score for 7 of those fucking plays. So you got to give some credit there, too. Honorable mentions, Cam Johnson, punt return, sparked. That was, I think, the longest punt return since 2015. And, of course, Dixon put his dicks on the table with his punting. Over 50 yards a punt. That guy was flipping field position for us when we were struggling to get first downs. And most disappointing week 1, Latte.
I want to give one more most impressive, just really quick. That would be one Todd Bowles. Shout out to you, bro. You predicate, and it's what you fucking, it's your staple. Stop the run. Bijan Robinson, run. He hurt us in the past, but rushing. What do you have, like 2.4 a carry? I think, what's their big ass bruising back?
Algiers.
Algiers. At 10 carries for 24 yards, 2.4 a carry. Like, we came out, we stopped the run, they did their thing. And by the way, Todd, 4-0. 4-0, Sammer, on season opening games. 4-0. No other coach. Bucs history, sir. Defensively, you go first because I need a chance to collect my thoughts because I just blew my wad on.
Most disappointing, man. I'm right off the bat. It's not even a question who it is, okay? Mick Kicker. I don't know your fucking name, but your name is Mick Fuckface, okay? Even after the win, I said Mick Fuckface can drive home. You should have let him take an Uber home yesterday, boys. Somebody said,
make him think about it.
Yeah, somebody said he got hit. I was coaching a basketball game during the second quarter of the game, so I don't know if I missed this play.
He got hit. He got hit.
He got ran into during one of his kicks.
I don't care. You're a football player.
Todd was going irate, which he usually doesn't, because he wanted, should have been a call.
So, all right, so maybe there's an asterisk then next to that. Most disappointing. The other one I would say, honestly, our running offense. That was disappointing to see. I understood why, but I'm not going to be the guy to say, Servassier Dennis isn't that disappointing me. Logan Hall didn't play a very good game. Greg Gaines never plays a fucking good game. So, I mean, other than a couple of things, really, I'd be nitpicking if I said anything other than Mick Kicker, honestly.
Honestly, I get the disappointment in the run game, Sammer, but I think the Falcons were kind of geared up.
Yeah.
No Tristan Wirfs, et cetera. Top 5 running game last year. Bucky Irving, all the hype. I think they were like, we need to stop Bucky in 13. And they sold out to stop the run, which opened up things on the back end. I think that'll be a ever evolving thing. It'll be fine. And when we get Tristan back and our best 5 guys with Tristan, not the best 5 guys now, I think that'll get better. But I don't have somebody else to pivot to, bro. I really don't. So I'm gonna have to copy and paste Chase. It's Mick Fuckface. I don't know. Stupid kicker. I don't know his name.
Mick Fuckface, Mick Kicker. I mean, the thing with the running game, Latte, I think I would have used Rashad in a different way than how they used him yesterday. I would have used him obviously because he did a lot of blitz pickup. Him and Bucky, even a couple times they got run over. I mean, but they saved Baker's life most of the day. But I would have used him as more of a bruising back against that bigger defensive line inside and kind of let him put a little bit of weight on those guys and then put Bucky in there kind of to take over after these guys have kind of been bruised because they're just so big. He sometimes wants to run laterally, Bucky, to where it kind of works against him at times, against those bigger teams like that. And they were all geared in, blitzing to stop the run. I would have maybe run Rashad in there a little bit of time just to kind of pound him up a little bit because he's a bigger guy. He or Sean Tucker, same thing. But again, I think it's a long game. I think it'll take them 3 games to really get that run game back to where it was. And then, I think Tristan should be back by week 3 too. That's a little...
Be fun. I think... Rashad had some stupid, when we talked about all offseason, some stupid pass blocking plays. And it would be wrong, right? We're Rashad guys, family, love him. But it would be wrong of me not to give Bucky his flowers too. Bucky, although he got literally lifted off the ground.
He did,
Sammer. But if you noticed, he's different from last year where it was up off the ground and then fucking in the Baker's lap. He fucking re-anchored and it was like, oh shit. All right, Bucky, you've been practicing. You've been working on this. Because it held up. It wasn't pretty, but it held up.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, the only sack they got was off a blitzing safety. But when those guys were coming in on those blitzes, they're at full speed, and you're a running back who's standing still. And as good as Rashad is at that, and how big he is, he got run over 1 or 2 plays too. On top, go watch it. But it's just literally momentum. Those guys are flying in there.
You're catching them.
Only so much you can do at times, but he saved Baker's life on one play that ended up being an incomplete pass. But Baker would have been dead. The guy was flying in full speed, timed it perfectly, he had the perfect gap. And, how will the Texans, deploy what the Falcons, I don't know. I don't think they really do a lot of that because they have the guys up front that like to rush the passer. They don't really send blitzers and that, but we'll see. But yeah, Latte, week 1, it's 1-0. We have a victory fucking Monday. I'm going to take a win every fucking chance I get. It's a division win against the Atlanta Falcons. 1-0 when everyone else in our division is 0-1. Okay? Panthers look like a fucking joke. The Saints are the Saints. I mean, come on. I mean, the Saints are the Saints, right? I mean, they were in 14 different shades of gold on one goddamn uniform in one day. So.
How did their uniforms in the ends get uglier? Like, what the fuck? It got uglier.
They called it gold, and yet they had a gold patch that was actually gold on it. To where you're like, what are we?
It
what are we
looks
looking at
like
here?
sand, and you're very familiar with sand. It looks like desert sand.
I would
know.
don't ever call that. Don't ever associate them with sand. Okay, that's offensive to sand and to desert dwelling people like myself. Okay, now it's fucked up. Latte, good to have you back on a fucking Victory Monday. All
It's
of
a
you
pleasure.
out there, make sure you guys remember you can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, or Spotify, or directly on our amazing website, loosecannonslive.com. You can listen or watch us there. And of course, you can also join our free Bucs Discord community by clicking the membership tab. And also, if you feel like donating $3 a month, then you can also join the amazing Cannon Cartel, where you get some behind the scenes and other perks as a membership with us. And of course, hey, go check out loosecannonsmerch.com after the show and use the discount code Victory Monday and get 10% off everything on the merch site. Latte, Bucs are 1-0, the Saints are 0-1, and it is fucking beautiful. I have nothing else to say. Let's go enjoy some more fucking football and week one the right way, man.
I'm gonna enjoy some more football, and I'm just gonna end it with the meme that I saw. Right, everybody's seen the meme, right? Where the guys like does the LeBron impersonation or whatever, and they had the Falcons, and they had the Panthers, and they had the fucking Saints, and then they had the Bucs, and the Bucs were LeBron yelling, and it's like, I smell bitch in here.
Yes. Go Bucs.
I smell.
It's kickoff, set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division.